Okay. So a pleasure to introduce a fellow Wolverine, Antonio Sosa Pascual. Been to our events when we were in person and a lot of them virtually. Go ahead, Antonio.
That's right. Well, thank you, Mark, for the opportunity. So I wanted to just share with you first some of my connections. So I'm basically a University of Chicago alum, undergrad, also a master's in University of Michigan, Wolverine. In addition, I am also an alum of the London School of Economics, and finally an MIT Sloan alum, MBA. So, I have a little bit of that, but I do focus somewhat my connections mostly on University of Chicago and MIT. So that's where I spend most of my alumni networking time.
If you just introduce yourself again more broadly, what you're doing now.
Yeah. So basically, right now I have three hats. One of my hats is on the I have a real estate portfolio. I also have a venture capital fund, and also a consulting company that focuses on acquiring non-dilutive funding for technology companies and drug development companies.
Great. And with any of those hats, maybe a decision you made about 2020 that either you regret or you're really excited that you made, like one of your best or worst decisions looking back.
Well, I think one of my best decisions, I think, this year was partnering with several other firms in the U.S. and perhaps work in different segments that I am, and that's actually allowed us to kind of grow, acquire new clients, and also benchmark our own experiences with our clients. So that has been probably the best decision. In a way, some of these partners are competitors. So some of them have decided not to work with us, but others open their arms, and we're kind of working with client referrals and subcontracting opportunities and things like that. So it's been great actually to kind of widen have a wider net on the client base.
And then for 2021, what are your thoughts generally, and maybe a particular industry, country, or an asset class that you think is either going to fall precipitously or skyrocket, or otherwise? What do you think about 2021?
Yeah, so one of the things that our company is doing is we're currently doing product development. So we're currently investing some resources on developing products in the digital health space. So a lot of the work we do with non-dilutive funding is with the National Institute of Health and National Science Foundation, and so we do that for our clients, but we're also working on our own products. So we're hoping to launch that one of those products next year. And in essence, we do think timing is great for the healthcare industry with respect to digital health specifically.
Right.
So from the kind of asset class perspective, there's of course, there's always the venture capital asset class, the private equity asset class related to health and digital health, and that's an area that I would definitely pay specific attention. And as you've seen, the pandemic has shifted a lot of things, digitally, and healthcare is not an exception. So I think there's basically a digital healthcare revolution going on right now. So.
And then outside of investing, Antonio, is there a particular charity, philanthropy, social development goal you're focused on, and if so, what are your goals there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so right now, basically, from the kind of a social impact perspective, so the impact investing has been one of our themes. So that's one of the areas we're going to be paying more attention next year. But in addition to that, I find myself investing quite a bit of time also on the education segment, mostly with at-risk children. I actually am treasurer of a nonprofit that runs a school, and I'm hoping to continue bringing innovation to that field.
Which school is that?
So it's actually a school in Puerto Rico. It's a alternative education school. It's a nonprofit, is a 501(c)(3),
Mhm.
and basically what we do is we take children who have come from very high risk backgrounds, and we use a democratic education, curriculum to kind of help them break through the violence in their lives and kind of become self-sufficient individuals.
Mhm.
It's a pretty strong program, and it's very life changing.
Great. And then how can we help you, our 361 firm ecosystem?
Well, I think I initially I came into 361, as you probably remember, through kind of the venture capital fundraising side of things. Um, but this year, as I continue to, I kind of followed your advice, which was, kind of, stick around, get known in the community, and that's basically what I've been doing this year, and I've realized that besides, this is it's a two-way community in a way. It's a circular community. Things go, not only do you raise money or do you, have investment products, but family offices themselves are looking for, not only investment opportunities, but also sometimes for fundraising partners as well, right? They have portfolio companies that need other investors, and so it's a very, very interesting community from that sense. And from my perspective, we're always looking for investors for our venture capital fund and also for our real estate investment portfolio. But I also realized that some of the family offices that have portfolio companies in technology may be clients as well of our consulting company. So I thought that angle was actually very interesting. Had not even thought about it until a couple of weeks ago. So I think those are my asks. So for example, one of the colleagues, for example, Lucid, that is one of your clients and in the community as well. He's a type of company that we would like to work with respect to non-dilutive funding, because the National Institute of Health, for example, funds those types of initiatives. I mean, it doesn't seem like it, but they actually do. And as a matter of fact, one of their competitors was funded by NIH in a big way, a couple $1 million. So it's very interesting.
Well, it's an interesting example of we just sort of catalyze some connectivity, and then where it goes, and the mutual interest that you can find. Uh, I would have no idea that you just, but that's great. You met MJ, and you're in that
Uh-huh.
dialogue, and we sort of call that things that are happening sort of in the backyard, which is great.
Right. So as
Um,
a matter of fact, MJ, and this, being final thoughts, MJ was referred by another community member of 361.
do you mind saying who that was?
Oh, not at all. I gotta quickly catch his name. He's the fellow from Ohio, actually. The works on the more the lobbying side.
On the what side?
On the lobbying side.
Oh, Joe Jerbeck.
Yeah, Joe.
Well, that's great that Joe
Yeah. So
thought of MJ to connect you.
so that's how I had seen MJ and had heard about what he was doing, but hadn't really thought that he would need our company's
But
services.
and the last question is really simple. Like what word would you like to associate with 2021?
Well, in my case, digital health, and digital health would be the word.
Okay, great.